All right, guys, Chris here with Drop Dice. We're back again, still May the 4th. So in the spirit of community, I decided to do a special video. I mentioned in the last one, at some point we were going to talk to Chelsea. I lied. It's going to be today. So let's go ahead and introduce Miss Chelsea here. Okay. Do you have your mic all set?
Yep, I'm good. The only problem I
perfect.
had is that you're breaking up for me.
Oh, am I coming across a little strange? Give me a second. All right, that should clear it up there. I think it might have just been my headset
Yes,
needed to be
perfect.
cycled. All right, perfect. So for anybody who may have missed that intro for technical reasons, it is Chris with Drop Dice again. It is still May the 4th. I talked about us talking with Miss Chelsea about her upcoming game. I lied. I said it was going to be sometime this week. As it turns out, it's going to be today. All right, so without further ado, Miss Chelsea, if you'd like to introduce yourself and let's kind of talk about who you are and how long you've been with the community and how long you've been playing.
Yeah, well, my name's Chelsea Sparinger. I've adopted the title of DM Nighthag because I like it. It sounds cool in my head. That's my primary reason, nothing special behind it. I'm really, really new to the community, actually. I've talked to a lot of the guys, been through a lot of the Google Hangouts, and, you know, I kind of fell into it by accident, and I was talking to an old friend, an online buddy, and he was like, you know, you've done everything. You've done LARP, you've done video games, you've done, you know, Warhammer 40K, you've done everything there is, Magic the Gathering card games, all that stuff. Why don't you try tabletop RPGs? And I was like, I'm going to do that. So he introduced it to me, and, you know, I fell in love with it almost immediately. The first night we were talking about it and going through it and making characters and stuff like that, I was absolutely obsessed, and it's kind of just gone from there to a just crazed study session. I posted a picture to the group the other night, last night actually, of this is what it looks like. And it just like looks like I'm like this studious, like, you know, well-trained person who's, you know, might have an idea what they're doing.
I'm sorry about that. I've got a distraction here.
Hey, that's okay. I love kitties.
Yeah, she's kind of a mess sometimes. So to kind of quantify that for anybody who's viewing, if my count is right, I want to say Chelsea's been with the group for the one-shot group anyways, about a month, maybe a little less. And and so part of the reason I wanted to do this little interview with her is because she was considering doing she's now solidified in doing a game for 5th edition. And I kind of wanted to show this to all of our new people that, you know, this is something that you guys can do. And if people are interested in kind of promoting their games on my channel, if you don't happen to have a channel or you're kicking off your own channel, I have no problem doing that. Again, I'm a major community guy, so for me, this is a great opportunity to just kind of expand it. So speaking of your 5th edition game coming up, how about you tell us a little bit about that?
All right, yeah, cool. Basically, we had a Google Hangout, and the idea had kind of formed in my head already because I started making the maps. You know, I went over and joined Robert Ogard's map making group, and got really inspired from there. And then after the Google Hangout, I finally put myself to, you know, paper and decided I was going to create my own world. And I kind of discussed this in one of the DM Tavern meetings where I felt I needed to make my own world so I could make it my own. And basically, it's the world of Braemar. The specific one-shot that we're going to be doing is called The Beast of Mar. The gist is that there has been rumblings, you know, in the Outlands. Refugees are swarming in to the city of Mar. They're afraid. They're losing their lands. There's a dark, deceitful, and very intelligent being out there just causing havoc, bringing entire cities to ruin. And you're going to start off right at the fall of Mar. And that's where I'm going to leave it, because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, no need to ruin it or anything. We just kind of want to get some advertisement out there for it. Now, the other question I had for you is, are you planning on recording this? Because I know you're going to be launching your channel, or at least it's in the process of going up right now.
Right. The Beast of Mar will be the first official video for my channel.
All right, perfect. And for anybody who's paying attention, she's got a lower third icon on there that says DM Nighthag. That's going to be that YouTube channel that I was talking about there. Inside the description for this video, we're going to have a link over to her channel, which is a little sparse at the moment, but we're going to fix that. All right, so let me take a look at the questions here. Oh, the other one I had a question for you for is we touched upon it during the Dungeon Masters Tavern. Actually, let's stick with the Dungeon Masters Tavern now that I'm thinking about it. So this was kind of your idea that kind of spurred on, and you got a lot of the other DMs behind it. I know I've participated. Ian, Robert Ogre, GM Juice was in one of them, if I remember right.
Barker showed up for a while as well.
So how about you tell us what the Dungeon Masters Tavern is and what kind of inspired it?
Right. Well, I was just getting up, and this is when most of my bright ideas come to me. And I was sitting there, and I was looking at the group, and I had thought of that recent drama where people had said people weren't talking as much, and it popped in my head. I'm really new to DMing. I wish there was a face-to-face, as much as we can be over the internet, a face-to-face place where I could feel safe asking stupid questions, or I could feel, safe in getting advice and like knowing I was getting good advice. And, it wasn't just about that. It was about old DMs, seasoned DMs, veteran DMs, new DMs, mediocre DMs, people who aren't sure of themselves, just everybody kind of coming together and talking. Because, it's one thing to, sit behind your keyboard and type something. It's another to come face to face with somebody and brainstorm and make ideas come to life. And that was really what it was about. It was about talking about encounters, asking questions, discussing plot points, DM and player alike, ticks and concerns. And I actually already have my list of questions up for next Sunday ready to go. But, that's the basic gist, is that it's just a safe place to talk as a DM, new or old.
Right, and I think you mentioned that you wanted to try to do it for at least about once a month. Was kind of the goal.
Once a month.
Okay, perfect. So there is one coming up. Yeah, I was gonna say there is that one that's coming up this upcoming Sunday, and it is set to Eastern time, so it's 5 o'clock. Everybody who's in a different time zone, I'm gonna let you figure out your own math. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the collaborative way of doing a lot of this stuff is actually kind of the way we should be going about it. Like you joined in with the race building that we were doing on my channel here, and I was gonna say I think your tag for your channel might be influenced by that conversation with me. You've got Hag in there, so. But no, it's definitely been. It's been nice to see somebody coming in with this fresh energy, and I think that seeing more of that inside the community, which is kind of why these interviews are important to me, is going to be something that kind of works as a catalyst to kind of jumpstart some more games again. So that is pretty much all the questions I have for you as far as that goes. The only other thing that I was curious about, we kind of touched on it inside the GM's Tavern. What kind of games are you specifically interested in? Because, this is a gaming community. It's not just about what games you want to run. It's also about what games you want to play.
Yeah, I know I've said it probably 3 times now, and I'm going to say it one more time just for the sake of it. I really am interested in a 1920s noir set in, apocalypse world. Oh, I'll get it right one of these days, I promise you. Which Chris introduced me to, and I've been reading up on it and getting really psyched about it. So that's what I want to run, but I also really want to play in one too. I would just love to pull out some just characters. Yeah,
the hard part about reading a new book is you always get your brain going about characters and games to make at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's definitely something that's actually been real popular right now, is people talking about some sort of noir setting. It's something I've never done personally, and I would be interested to see, because I don't think I could run it just because I don't have a lot of experience with it. But maybe I'll come out with something a little bit weird. I've mentioned before that I'm going to be doing the mech game that uses Apocalypse World, and that'll be something different. But maybe I'll cobble together some sort of spaghetti western or something ridiculous.
Right. I'm just hoping people take the action and actually start running them, because that would be awesome. I'd be really interested in seeing or playing or doing one myself.
I was gonna say, hopefully, if we've got any newer GMs that are just kind of thinking about it and thinking they know a lot about that topic, we get one of them to jump in so we can see a little bit more activity going on. So, I mean, like I said, this is kind of a short, quick intro. That's pretty much all I have for you right now. Is there anything that you'd like to ask me or anything like that?
Actually, I want to thank you more than anything because Chris is one of the, first people to kind of come up with me and start a conversation and, lead me down, paths that, opened up my brain to things I wasn't aware of yet. And, I was really, really thankful for that. He's answered questions for me when I was like, just lost and confused. And as far as like any kind of parting words from my end, it would be like, I am not an outgoing person in real life whatsoever. And it's a very nerve-wracking thing, and I think Chris has talked about this before too. He's kind of camera shy. But like, even if you're camera shy, even if you're nervous, even if you're new and don't know what you're doing, it doesn't mean you can't try.
All right, excellent. So that's good, solid advice. Yeah, I tend to be a little bit camera shy, especially with accents, and we're gonna work on that. I'm hoping to get something down for the mech game. I'm thinking I'm gonna try like Russian, something that I can go to a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see me butcher that pretty good.
I'm excited. I'm really excited to hear it.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the gaming table.